It's really funny how people define things in terms of advertisements rather in terms of what they actually are. Remember, I haven't had meaningful access to a TV in nearly 20 years, and I use ad blocking software online, so I don't have to suppress ads for things like soda. I've honestly never seen them. The last time I saw an ad for Pepsi, the spokesperson was Britney Spears. I have literally not seen an ad for Pepsi since then. I don't know when that was, 1998, 1999? This was a period when ads for soft drinks like Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew were virtually non-existent. I don't think I've ever seen an ad for either of them. Well, unless you count whatever website I went to determine which soft drink had the highest caffeine contents. Well, I settled on those two specifically. I've had conversations with people, though, that want to interpret you that way, that think that the soft drink that you choose must reduce to branding. And so your personality must reflect whatever idea they're producing in the ad. Otherwise, you would have never purchased the product. Because we're all just, programmed automatons. The only reason you'd ever buy anything is because the advertising brainwashed you into it. So the Pepsi drinker must reflect the advertisements for Pepsi. The Coke drinker must reflect the advertisements for Coke. And the Mountain Dew drinker must reflect the advertisements for Mountain Dew. So when you walk into a store and you buy a Mountain Dew, that means that you must be an accurate reflection of the advertisements that you've seen for it. And people will judge you based on the advertisements. Their first impressions of you will be made based on the ads they've seen, right? So when you meet somebody for the first time and you're drinking a Dr. Pepper, they will see you through the prism of the advertisements. They will conclude that you must be like the person that they saw in the ad. Otherwise, why would you be drinking a Dr. Pepper? If you were more like the Coke ad, you'd be drinking a Coke, right? So I've noticed glances that I understand in those terms. I realize what's happening. It's pathetic. People are pathetic. There's a list here of caffeine in drinks. I drink a lot of Mountain Dew. When you see me walking around, I will often have a Mountain Dew in my hand. I don't know what the PR strategy of Mountain Dew is, and I don't care. It just has the most amount of caffeine in it. That's all there is to it. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, to smash your reality. But I don't know what I'm supposed to be. I stayed with my parents for about a year in the mid-2000s and found myself with their backup TV parked in front of my bed. I actually didn't want it in there, but they claimed there was nowhere else to put it. I wasn't home often for the first 6 months. I was finishing my first degree and spent most of my time at school, and for the second 6 months I was doing the night shift at Microsoft and transiting 2 hours a day by bicycle. Further, I had internet access and much preferred it over television. I remember coming home at sometimes it would take me until 2:30 before I got home. And I'd stop at the McDonald's and get one of those little $2 burgers. Actually, not one of them, but 2 or 3 of them. And I'd sit and watch The Daily Show while I was eating. Or I'd make something to eat upstairs, and then come downstairs and then watch The Daily Show. I mean, otherwise, you put a TV and a computer in the same room and give me a choice, and I'm going to basically always pick the computer. Really, seriously, the only thing I ever watched was the Stuart Colbert run, and sometimes there would be a rerun of South Park on afterwards because it was on. I would watch it on the Comedy Network, right? So I'd turn on for Stuart Colbert, and South Park would be on afterwards. Besides that, I really have not turned on a TV since the 90s, and I'm not exaggerating. I really have not. Even when I may have gone over to watch a football game with my dad from time to time, because he enjoyed that. So, but besides that, no. Even in the 90s, the only things I ever really watched were the X-Files and Seinfeld and The Simpsons. Well, I initially picked up my habit of eating and watching sometime in the 90s by watching CNN while eating, and the exact reason was that I was told not to eat in the basement, where my room and computer were. I had to eat upstairs, so yeah. I guess I gotta watch TV. I would have rather eaten in Usenet. I spent a lot of time on Usenet when I was young. And for what it's worth, I do not recall ever seeing any sort of TV show that featured Donald Trump in any kind of capacity. I know there's kind of the line about being fired. I really don't know how to put that in context entirely. He was some kind of boss or something. I don't know. I don't even I don't even really know what that means. You're fired. I don't really understand that because I don't watch TV at all. And there's a lot of people that are similar to me in that respect.